The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome everyone to episode 104 of The Daily Mother Swole. Today talking about 5 foods, power foods that you didn't know existed. Chances are you probably do know they exist, but you don't know I'm going to talk about them right now, so that's good enough for me. Number 1 is apple cider vinegar. You might have seen this in some of my Swole motions. You might have seen this in some of my other material, but apple cider vinegar is a great topping for things like salads, but it's also really good for indigestion. You can mix it with 1 part apple cider vinegar and 4 parts water, which is great to soothe the stomach if you have acid reflux. It's good because it neutralizes acidity in the body, and you can also use it for it's one of those things that's like tea tree oil. You can use it for like 1,000 different things. You can use it for antibacterial. You can wash fruit with it. You can use it as a facial toner. You can use it for a lot of different things. So generally, you want to get something like a really high quality, like a Bragg's or is it Dr. Bragg's or is it Bragg's, whatever it is, but organic apple cider vinegar that has what's called the mother in it, which actually has like the chunky appley things or whatever the heck it is in the apple cider vinegar, but it's really good for you. Sometimes just a little shot will do you. Gives you a nice little energy boost too. Another one is Celtic sea salt. If you don't know what Celtic sea salt, you might also have heard of Himalayan sea salt or Himalayan salt, but Celtic sea salt's really great. It's nice wet type salt. You can get it from Whole Foods. You can get it in a chunky form. You can get it also in a fine ground form already. I like to grind it myself. And the difference between this type of salt versus table salt, sodium chloride, is that these salts are generally 60 to 70% sodium chloride, whereas table salt, sodium chloride, is about 99+% sodium chloride, which is why you're getting things like high blood pressure, you're getting dehydrated, you're getting bloating, because you're getting crappy forms of table salt, which they actually emulsify and encapsulate so it doesn't stick to each other. The actual salt particles don't stick to each other. That's why when you shake it on a table, let's say you're at a fast food restaurant, which you shouldn't be, or a regular restaurant like a diner, you'll see how like the little salt pieces bounce across the table. That's because they're pretty much like, manufactured in a way so it doesn't stick inside a salt shaker. Whereas Celtic sea salt does actually stick together because it is more of a natural sun-dried technique, and you get many, 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 many trace minerals that are naturally found in the salts, which can actually help lower blood pressure, can help hydrate better. Probably. I mean, just regular sea salt brand is generally not the same as like a high quality salt. So I would definitely look at the Celtic sea salt, CELTIC, Celtic sea salt, and also the Himalayan salts are similar. But you can also look up some of these other benefits. But I like the Celtic sea salt personally, and that's what I use. So I like that. I put it in a little bit of my water when I work out, when I exercise, things of that sort. Next one, number 3, coconut oil. I use MCT oil in my coffee, and you can also use that in salad dressings. MCT oil is an extract from coconut oil, so I kind of group those two things together. MCT oil is just medium chain triglycerides, and those oils are actually filtered from coconut oil, which is about 60 to 70% MCTs, depending on the quality, depending on the concentration. Now, coconut oil is beneficial for many different things. You can use that on your hair, use that on your skin. I have Dr. Bronner's whole kernel coconut oil, and I actually use that as like a moisturizer. I use that on my hair and beard sometimes. Also, it's anti-inflammatory, it's antibacterial, it aids digestion, and also gives you a lot of energy. It helps brain function, and it can help increase your metabolism. So there's a lot of benefits for coconut oil, not to mention just the benefits, but the flavoring and the the different types of things you can do with it in food in terms of cooking. Coconut oil cooks at a higher temperature, which means if you're using olive oil a lot, it can get carcinogenic because it'll burn at a lower temperature, whereas coconut oil, you can heat a lot higher. That's why if you see coconut oil cooking sprays, those are usually high temperature oils because it won't burn as much, thus making it healthier to eat the food product. So you can use coconut oil and MCT oil in terms of cooking your meals, like vegetables and things like that. So I'm a big fan of coconut oil. I actually put that on my asparagus with salt and pepper. Freaking amazing. And maybe I'll do a whole cooking show where I'll cook and show you how I make some of my food because it's really simple and really, really delicious. Two more. Next one, number 4, is cacao. So you might have seen, cocoa, cacao, whatever you want to call it, powders, and that's the 100% pure. We're not talking about Hershey's or any of that sugary trash, which a lot of people consider chocolate. No, Hershey's dark chocolate is not dark chocolate. No, 60% dark chocolate is not good for you. No, 70% dark chocolate is not good for you. No, 85% dark chocolate really isn't that good for you because there still is sugar in it. Now, this is coming from a guy who eats Sour Patch Kids, so I'm not saying it's going to hurt you. But in terms of really, if you're trying to be really get the purest, get the really highest quality, you want to get 100% organic cacao powder. And what that powder is, it's literally a powder. It'll taste like crap because there's no sweetener in it. You can also get the beans. You can also get the whole beans, which you can eat, which are bitter, fucking funky as heck, but you can make that and put that as part of like a trail mix or some kind of like nut mix. But yeah, I mean, it depends on what your capacity is to eat things that taste like shit, whether or not, if they're really good for you. So if you have a high capacity for eating something because it's good for you no matter what, then this might just be for you because I'm like that. I do not care about it as much as I used to, but I am that type of person where it's like if I really want something, I'm like, okay, it tastes like crap, well, I'll eat it. When I was really bulking up, when that was like the be-all, end-all in the world for me just to build muscle and look a certain way, I would have blended up. If horse manure was the best source of, let's say horse manure gets you jacked, I would figure out a way to blend it up so it would taste amazing. Or as I would stomach it, I would have eaten horse shit if that was the best way to build muscle. So it depends on how bad you want it. So if it doesn't taste good, so what? It's a great antioxidant, gives you energy, can help with digestion, help with inflammation. And one of the benefits from getting cacao and getting coconut oil and getting these types of like high fat is that when you do something like a ketosis style diet or you have more blood ketones, it's more preventive for cancer because cancer goes after glucose. And when you have ketones that have energy in it that your body can use, cancer cells and tumor cells do not access those ketones. Okay? So when you are doing something like a ketosis diet where you're doing extremely high fat and very little carb or net carbs, your body is actually protected against cancer a lot more because you are not giving it the energy it needs. So the tumors cannot feed off the energy you're consuming. And lastly, turmeric. Turmeric is a great spice. And you won't be coming back in here either. Turmeric is a great spice. It's been used for centuries in terms of Chinese and Indian natural medicine. So if you can actually utilize this and find some recipes that are or blends or shakes or whatever you want to do to put turmeric in it, like natural organic, or grind it yourself. It's always better to get these things like powdered and really prepackaged because sometimes when they're dried or the drying or the manufacturing process, or if they're exposed to a lot of sunlight, it can denature some of these elements inside the spices or inside the salt and so forth. But turmeric is great for anti-inflammation properties. It's good for flavorings, and it's been used for literally centuries and thousands of years in Chinese and Indian culture. So if you're interested in natural healing, if you're interested in natural foods, if you're interested in foods that exist that are not only affordable for everyone, like you can get organic coconut oil and it's affordable. I mean, you're not drinking this like you're drinking a soda, so it's not going to go in a day. It's going to last you for a week, 2 weeks, maybe even longer, depending on how you use it. Apple cider vinegar, you get a massive jug, even at Whole Foods, which is notorious for overpricing shit. Get a huge thing of Bragg's apple cider vinegar for like $6, and that will last you a long time. Trust me, you don't use that much, but you can use that and dilute it and use it for your countertops if you don't want to use all these chemicals and sprays for to sterilize things. You can use some of these products. You can use a facial toner and apple cider vinegar. You can use Celtic sea salt. So you could use apple cider vinegar as a toner. Use 4 parts water and 1 part apple cider vinegar, and you can use that as a facial cleanser. So you smell like vinegar for like a moment or two, but it goes away, and then boom, you have a natural cleanser. So if you're really trying to improve, then you put coconut oil on your body and talk about skin quality. Talk about not getting any of those other dyes and artificial alcohols and things that and fragrances. Coconut oil smells great. Apple cider vinegar is what I use in my coleslaw. Yeah, there you go. So instead of using, regular vinegar or processed vinegar or any other type of flavorings or things you can use in your coleslaw, using something natural. So there's benefits to these things. And, I always like to talk about foods because I eat a lot of beef. I eat a lot of, stuff that's, generally not good for most people. But, I have my limitations with how much I care about my own diet. At this point, I have my other priorities now, but yeah, I'm aware of what I do. And like I said, you have to be happy and you have to be aware and accept that what you do is going to affect your outcome. You have to own what you do and understand that, well, if you want this, then you might have to sacrifice things. And right now, I'm okay with sacrificing what I do sacrifice, and other things I don't care to sacrifice. So that's my personal choice. But there are a lot of benefits to doing things like eating more vegetarian style diets. There are things, I've used to have crazy acid reflux when I was eating shitty chicken and crappy stuff. I wasn't going grass fed. I didn't have a lot of other areas of my diet and nutrition better, and I went vegetarian for 6 months, and it completely eliminated. I'm talking 100% eliminated my acid reflux. Completely went away. I was taking Prilosec, once or twice a day, whatever that was. Whatever that over the counter, whatever they told me to do. And completely eliminated, 100% gone. Never really came back. Once in a while, I'll get acid reflux like anyone in this world, sometimes. But what using for all those foods? Yeah, so but you can change your life by sometimes shifting, but it has to be dramatic. I did vegetarianism for like 6, 7, or 8 months, and I honestly forget if I ate fish or not during this time. I wasn't vegan, but I forget all the details of what I did when I was did vegetarian. But let's just put it this way: I didn't eat chicken, I didn't eat steak, I didn't eat any of that, and completely wiped out a lot of things. But then I just had this on an elemental level. I had this absolute just craving for beef. I wasn't teased by, I wasn't forced, I wasn't like pressured. I just wanted it so bad naturally. For months, I didn't care. I didn't want it. I had no taste for it. And all of a sudden, I just craved it. So that's just another thing that kind of makes me believe, it's really not natural to avoid it altogether. You can say moderation, you can say whatever you want, but hunter-gatherer is really, you have to hunt and you gather. So you hunt things, you eat beef, and you eat meat, and then you gather vegetables and greens and so forth. So that's really where we came from. So to avoid anything in that nature seems a little bit ridiculous to me. But the food quality, in many ways, in a lot of ways in this country and the world, absolutely fucking blow because of people trying to make money. So these are some ways where you can gain a little bit of an advantage, and you can add or you can substitute in your life with your food to reduce inflammation, to make yourself feel better, to give yourself more energy. So cut out the shit like the dairy, cut out milk, cut out cheese, cut out all those things that are processed and more or less useless to your body, and start eating healthier foods, grass-fed, organics, for ways that you can. I've done some things in premium. I have a shopping list and things like that on my premium Facebook page for, the top things to buy organic and the top things and things that you don't have to buy organic. So understand that there are things out there you do not have to buy organic that aren't really sprayed a lot because bugs don't like them. Like sweet potatoes, you don't need organic sweet potatoes. But other things like kale or berries where you eat blueberries from the supermarket, if you're not buying organic, the ones you're eating are sprayed with probably 60 to 80 pesticides, different kinds. Not to say the organic ones are sprayed or not sprayed with some pesticides, but they're sprayed with different ones that are of different quality that don't harm the body the way that other foods. Raw foods, raw milk and cheese. If you can get raw milk and raw cheese, they're better. I wouldn't go crazy with them. I would see how your body reacts, but generally raw foods like that are better because pasteurization. And first off, if you're getting raw, make sure that it's organic, like it's really high quality. If your pasteurization denatures proteins, so for the milk, the thing is, first off, it's milk from another animal. Human beings only get milk from their mother for 6 months, 8 months, a year maybe. If you're weird, 5, 6 years, like if you're one of those weird kids, families. But if you do raw milk, I'll get to that in a second. But you get it's processed. So the pasteurization denatures and fucks up the protein or the benefits of any milk. So it kills good bacteria as well as bad bacteria. So pasteurization kills bad bacteria, but you're killing good bacteria. So you want that balance. There's always bad bacteria, but the good bacteria neutralize the bad. So raw products are going to be better, but just be careful because, you're still consuming. We don't even drink our own creature's milk for more than 6 months, 8 months, so we're just going sucking someone else's milk for longer. It's kind of weird. If you wouldn't go put your mouth on a fucking cow's nipple, then why would you drink it after it's been burned, heated, packaged, put in plastic, and then out of a glass? I would rather drink it straight from the teat than from a glass. I would put my mouth right on that nip and suck like a mother. Gains, yo. Obviously. I would do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? So Wolf was saying raw milk is illegal. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a state law or national. I think it's probably state. But raw milk is illegal. Probably because they know, this is good for people. We don't want to have things that are good for people. Let's keep giving them bad milk. Because milk, obviously, milk, it does the body good. When you have the National Dairy Association, these places bank. They make billions. Billions of dollars. So next time you say, milk is good for bones, smack yourself upside the head and realize that you just spit out what they've been teaching you to say like a robot for years. Milk is not good for your bones. It's not good at all. You could eat leafy greens and get a lot more benefits for your bones. Milk does not give you good calcium and vitamin D. It's crap. It's shit, and it's sugar. It's like drinking soda. Milk is like drinking soda, so don't even bother. Don't waste your time. Look it up. Read something. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. Milk is trash. Milk is trash. Cheese is crap. It's trash. It's sugar. It's sugar, and it's denatured protein. You're getting no benefit from it. Plus, you're getting hormones, and you're drinking out plastic, and it's all sorts of shit, pretty much. But raw milk, one of the ways, and here's like a little trick. You've probably heard of co-ops where you pay like $30 a month, and you get like half a share, and like local farmers give you, or you get access to certain foods. It's like a membership. You've probably heard of co-ops where you get like fresh veggies, like whatever, it's seasonal. Water. That water's the best thing to drink daily. So, just joking. But I like the eyes. Like, what else are you gonna drink? It's fucking fluid. So, if you're part of a co-op, here's one of the ways to get around of one of those, raw milk laws. If you're part of a co-op and you'll see sometimes it says, you can buy raw milk. Well, how come that's not illegal? Because when you pay a membership, you're technically buying stock. You're buying like a share. You're buying stock in the farm or in the association. And so if you own a fraction or a share of a cow, you can technically legally drink your own animal's milk. So if you are an owner of the cow, you can drink your own animal's milk. So a lot of times you'll see, right? So you can find these co-ops or find these little like local where they get raw milk from like Amish country and stuff, and you pay whatever a month, and then you choose or you pay $30 a month, and then you can order, and then they ship it every week or every 2 weeks, and you pick it up. You'll see that. You can look it up in your area. Most places have something local like that. You can oftentimes find raw cheese and raw milk and grass-fed beef, blah, blah, blah. It may or may not be cheaper than where you normally get, but if you don't have access to a Whole Foods or access to grass-fed beef in your supermarket, and there is one of those little associations nearby, maybe you get a good benefit. If you can't afford the full share, sometimes you can find a neighbor or some friend, and you can split it together, because sometimes if you get fresh veggies, and let's say once a week you get like this massive shipment of veg, like a full share, it's going to rot because, let's say you have a small family or it's just you and there's way too many vegetables for you to eat. You can share it with someone. So you can look into that. So co-ops and shares or share farming, whatever the heck you call it. So, yeah. So almond milk, all those things, I don't drink that. I find no interest or benefit in drinking like white liquid that tastes like almond. I just don't see the point. I drink my coffee. I make my bulletproof coffee with the grass-fed butter and the MCT oil. I don't eat cereal because there's no benefit for me to eat cereal. So I have no purpose to drink almond milk, especially straight. And if you're drinking vanilla almond milk, you're drinking sugar. You're drinking a soda. So I just have better things to put in my body. I guess that could be taken in an uncomfortably trolley way. Periscope. Easy now. Settle. It's like the calm before the storm. I'm waiting for everyone to come out and be like, in your body. Almond milk is good, though. Give our daughters that every morning. It's not going to kill anyone. Yeah. It's not going to kill anyone. It's not going to kill you to drink almond milk. I mean, there's some things like they have unsweetened almond milk. God, unsweetened almond milk is like drinking it's like drinking sadness. Unsweetened almond milk. Well, you can make your own. You can blend up or crush the almond and then put it in a little sack and soak it in water, and you can make your own. It's it's fucking nasty. It's just watered down almond. Ugh. God. But, if kids like cereal and they want almond milk, I mean, it's good. But, look in some of the products. Sometimes the stabilizers like carrageenan and those things, I've heard some things that they're not that great for you, but I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on that. Bulletproof coffee, drink it every morning. I have for 5 years. I love it. I lose it in stuff. What do you use the blend of MCT and grass for? Bulletproof coffee. You blend it with, I put French press organic coffee. Fresh coconut, the water from them. Coconut water, real coconut water, cracking open is delicious. I love bulletproof coffee. If you check out my YouTube channel, Lippy, if you check out my YouTube channel, throwback, right? Episode 2 or 3, youtube.com/Swolenormous. Episode 2 or 3 of the Daily Swole. I'm due for another Bulletproof Coffee episode, Daily Swole, to talk about that again, because that was a long time ago. I should probably return to that, just because the whole mentality of everyone that's been watching the show to this point is different. So the actual... the running, who is going ham with screenshots? I don't know. Someone, holy crap, who is going ham with screenshots? I'm not, my face isn't changing by the moment. I didn't notice that until you said that, D. Holy shit. Yeah, dude, check it out. It's the app. What do you want me to do? Should I do a flip book? What app does that in every scope? I've never seen that before. I've never seen that ever. I've never seen that in any scope. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Don't say it happens all the time. That never happens. I literally just got 900 screenshots. Must be because I'm so fucking sexy right now. God. Hey, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. You got it, man. I'm here every day, 12 noon Eastern time. And also other random busks and scopes. Taylor Jones, Mac Jones, Schweitzer. I've seen the cameras before, didn't know. Yeah, screenshots, but someone is absolutely tearing up the screenshot. It's got to be a mistake. That's got to be a heart. But just in case, there you go. There you go. This is the only situation, everyone. If you want a screenshot, this is the only situation where a picture is worth 2,000 words. One for each bicep. Yeah. All right, everyone. Sweet. I'll end on that. Good one. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 104 of the Daily Mother Swole. 5 power foods you didn't know existed. And if you did know, well, you just got relearned about them. Am I a midget? Only from the eyebrow up. I will see everyone tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Time. Thank you for joining me. And I will also catch you on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Swolenormous. And man, broadcasting live workouts, doing all sorts of shit all day long and all night. You can also find me on Snapchat, everything at Swolenormous. Musically, whatever you want to do. You want to go on Busker, you want to go on Periscope, you want to go on Instagram, Swolenormous. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Peace out. Enjoy your day.
Another.